Good day, dear chess lovers. In today's video I want to take a quick look at a bullet game played between the reigning world chess champion Magnus Carlsen and Indian chess prodigy Rameshbabu Praggnanandhaa. This game is from the last lichess titled Arena. Grandmaster Andrew Tink won the event and Magnus Carlsen only ended up in the second place. Praggnanandhaa's games are always raising a huge interest, and as in this game he's playing against Carlsen, decided to stop on this one. We are good to go with this game, and Carlsen with white pieces opened up with G3 Knight F6 by Praggu, Bishop G2 G6. Black is also going for a kingside Fianchetto, then both players castled kingside D6 C4. With a transposition of moves we reached king's Indian defense, against which we see a Fianchetto variation. Knight C6, Knight C3, E5, D5, Knight goes back on B8, E4, A5, stopping B4 and planning to bring the Knight on C5. As you know, this is a standard idea in King's Indian defense, as well as this knight maneuvers with which White is freeing the f-pawn's path, and now to f5 White can both meet with f3 or even with f4. And from d3 the knight can support the advance of the c-pawn. b6, bishop e3, rook e8, a3, knight c5, b4, and an exchange of knights on d3 followed. Bishop a6, rook fc1. White is bringing more forces to go for this d5 move. Oops, at this point we first see h4. Then the bishop occupied this pleasant diagonal. King h7, king g2. White is not hurrying. Bishop h6. In here we see an exchange of dark squared bishops. Knight d1, king g7, queen e3, and finally after knight f6, c5 followed. Although if you want move this knight, how can White go for c5? Well, okay, maybe an exchange on d7 can follow, and only then White can go c5. Knight f6, there it goes c5. All in all we have an equal position, but White has a slight initiative. Bishop b5. Now Black is making a very interesting move, with which is temporarily sacrificing a pawn. The pawn on b6 drops, but this allows Black queen to intrude inside opponent's camp and create a counterplay. So we have a double attack, right? Carlsen played rook c3, but this is not good. The engine recommends a more active rook c7 move, or queen e3. Instead we see rook c3, and now let's see what's the problem with it. Here comes queen takes b4, with which Black is creating bishop f1 threat. Also this guy on e4 is defenseless. King h2, and now you can't win the pawn on e4 because we'll lose the bishop. That's why Praggnanandhaa went for knight takes e4. But this is a mistake. The winning line starts with queen b1, attacking Black knight. And now if knight e3, then queen e1, again with a double attack. If rook c2, then bishop d3. And in this case, yes, Black is dominating. In the game 2, king h2, Black answered with knight takes e4. Rook f3, still according to engine, rook c7 is the move. And in this case, for example, with a move like queen d2 or knight d2, Black still can keep advantage, but in the game we see queen c5. A bit cautious approach by Praggnanandhaa. He's offering the exchange of queens, which Carlsen rejected. Queen b7, knight f6, and there comes bishop e6. Suddenly Black allowed White to pull out a counterplay. And now how are you going to protect this pawn? If rook f8, then queen e7 is coming, Black is in trouble. That's why in the game we see bishop d7, and White simply munched it. Rook e7, trying to win back the bishop, but there comes rook takes f6. King takes f6, queen c6, queen d4. The losing move. According to Stockfish, after going for an exchange on c6 and giving up the rook, Black is getting nice chances of fighting for a draw. I'm not sure that Black can easily draw this game, but this is what the engine suggests and almost gives equality. In the game we see Queen d4, and after Queen d6 check, Rook e6, Bishop takes e6, resignation followed. In this cross table you can see that on lichess, Carlsen and Praggnanandhaa have already played 4 times, and in all games Carlsen prevailed. In the other game, Praggnanandhaa had really good chances of winning. For example, as a daily puzzle, I decided to use this position from that game, where Praggnanandhaa is black and the task is to find the winning move for black. Praggnanandhaa missed that line several times, and I hope that you can find it. We'll wait for your answer in the comment section. Feel free to check out my early uploads as well. We'll see you in my next video.